Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and I'm here to talk about the next stage of my outline for NaNoWriMo. I am using the Hero's Journey and Tarot via Arwen Lynch's eCourse 33 Days to Finishing Your Novel. I'm going to get the obvious out of the way. South Carolina area, it's been deemed a disaster area because of the flooding. We have had some damage to a roof or driveway. I have friends who've had severe damage, some friends who've had to leave their homes, whose roads have been washed out, whose homes have been damaged. So far, I think the death toll is at 11. I am not going to delve into that too much because there's still news that's being reported and I don't really know everything yet. We're still learning things about it. We're stuck where we're at. We can't leave our neighborhood because of damage to the main roads that lead in and out of our neighborhood or that are near our neighborhood. So we have like one big circle and that's about it. That's all where we can go. We are able to get to one little store. It's a gas station convenience store. Went there today. We picked up a few things. They were out of almost everything. They definitely didn't have any water left. They had a lot of beer left. But on to the next stage of the hero's journey. It is the mentor. This is something that Arwen has, and I'm going to read it to you because I think this is important. If you've got this hero, the hero's in their ordinary world, and the hero is going about their regular life, and then boom, something happens, and it's the call to adventure. And if you have a reluctant hero like mine, she's probably going to refuse the call. Mine does. So now, it says, consider that here, in this part of the journey, the hero must overthrow his attachment to his ordinary world, fully answer the call to adventure, and overcome his own refusal. It's a big order for a hero, right? No? Yes? He needs someone or something to help him. So there's like a thing that says most often the hero needs there's a much needed kick in the butt needed to get him moving in the right direction. It says when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. At this point, my hero needs one hell of a mentor because although she's moved back to Harmony, thanks to finding the girlfriend cheating, and I think that's really just an excuse to come back. It's time to draw the cards for the next exercise for the mentor so you can kind of get your muse awakened, get it on the right track here. And ironically enough, I drew the magician as the mentor. I was like, oh my god, wow. That was not what I expected. I also drew the Knight of Swords. And I drew Justice. Now, this couldn't have been more appropriate of a reading for my character. So I'm going to talk about just a little bit what's kind of going on with my character and why these cards are so important and so relevant. And why I was like wowed by the fact that I drew these cards. The magician can literally be a magician, a wizard. It can also be a doctor or a healer. The magician is one for taking control and organizing, as above, so below. Atonement of the universe, harnessing universal forces. The conscious mind in control of one's destiny. The Knight of Swords, which is the physical description, how all the hero sees the mentor. Now, if you look at this card closely, that's a card of action. He's intense. And that's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a man with medium brown hair and brown or hazel eyes. He's aggressive, he's active, he's action-oriented, he's determined like no other. He's forceful, he's resolute, unwavering. And then it has a quote. I pulled this from the book about the tarot cards I have. When thoughts have actions behind them, the results are effective changes in one's life. And this is definitely one of the purposes of the mentor in my hero's life. The next card is Justice. So justice is balance, decisions, fairness, and then it says balance and self-satisfaction through accomplishments. This is balance between two forces like self-reliance and truth or accountability. My hero's back in Harmony, and she's met with a lawyer again, and they've signed paperwork for the cabin, which was where her grandmother was killed. It's a family home, and her brother has inherited the big house, and her cousin has inherited a cottage, and you got some stuff going on, you know, with family stuff. Well, my hero's like, yeah, well, you know, y'all can deal with the witch business. She's still kind of, she's come back home, but at this point in my novel, she's still thinking that a witch hunter killed her grandmother. Some news comes to light that it wasn't a witch hunter that killed the grandmother. To find out what's going on, she goes and she does the research, and they do some investigating, and she's the one who realizes it wasn't a witch hunter, it was a witch. She feels the witch's presence when she's touring around the cabin and things like that, and then her grandmother comes to her. Her grandmother's spirit appears to her. She's got no choice now. I mean, the grandmother tells her, hey, look, there's a witch, and I know who it is, but you can't prove it, and until I know you have evidence all on your own, I'm not telling you who it is. You have to figure it out, because I know you, and you'll go after her, and you can't. This needs to be done by the letter of the law. She's not happy. My hero's not happy about that. My heroine, once the grandmother appears to her, and the grandmother tells her some stuff, important stuff, secret stuff that you're only going to find out if you read the book. And I'm not revealing everything. I've got to keep some stuff a secret, or you're not going to really want to read my book, because you're going to know everything. It's going to be a bunch of spoilers. Just like I'm not revealing everything for Arwen's eCourse, because it's fantastic, and you guys should definitely check it out. It's like $33. That's like $1 a day, because it's 33 days to finishing your novel. A lot less expensive than a lot of the courses I have seen out there for outlining, for doing things like that, and this is fun. It is fun. It is so fun. So my hero, she started out in that ordinary world. Now she's seen her grandmother. She's still longing for that ordinary world, right up until the grandmother appears. Now, the grandmother's not the mentor. The grandmother is the final and last bit of her call to adventure, and how she gets over the refusal. She has to, the mentor is going to keep her from straying away from not sticking to the path of the call to adventure. But it's the grandmother's appearance, the appearance of the grandmother's ghost, that really, she's had any number of things. Every time you turn around, this poor woman's going through something. She loses her parents, and she loses her grandfather. She moves away from all her family and her friends, went to go to college, and she stays away because she doesn't want to be part of the witchy business, because to her it's just nothing but trouble, and it's taking away all the people that she loves, except for her brother and grandmother and, you know, some family members. It's too scary. And she's too powerful, and she knows that she's powerful, but she's scared of that power. So when the grandmother appears, she's like, whoa, wait a minute. Grandmother tells her some stuff, secret stuff. Got to read the book, secret stuff. Now my heroine has no choice. Okay? In the novel, now is when the mentor will appear. And he is a distant relative of the grandmother. He's like a first cousin to the grandmother. So he's like my heroine's third cousin. And he's younger than her grandmother, but he's still older than she is. He's a mature, wise person. He's still very fit. He's very active. And she's like, whoa, wait a minute. He's a very powerful witch. He's part of the coven. He is one of the teachers and a guardian. going to teach her how to use her power for the higher good. He's going to teach her how to control her power. He's going to teach her how to be true to herself and to be more fair to herself, that what has happened, the deaths of the people that she loved, it's not her fault, that he's going to teach her to find balance and self-satisfaction through her accomplishments. He's also going to teach her to embrace her real, true, witchy self and to be proud of it. But he's going to help her realize that this is her destiny. Her destiny is a lot more important than she realizes. She's not ready to hear any of that yet. Grandmother hasn't said it. The mentor finally breaks it down. It's a very pivotal point in the novel. We're going to get there sooner or later. But that's what I've got so far. See you guys soon. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.